Hello, APRO World. I'm here with Robert Weisner. He is the CEO of Nationwide. Robert, how are you doing?
I'm great. Good to see you today.
Well, thank you. We just love the show. Robert, tell us about Nationwide.
Well, Nationwide is America's largest group. We happen to have a large section of our group that's in rent-to-own. And today we occupy 4,000 stores throughout the United States in rent-to-own only, and about 6,000 stores in the consumer electronics furniture industry. And this is our show. It's the largest consumer electronics electronics show in America today.
All right, well then tell us, how's the show going?
This is the best show we've ever had according to our members. It is the largest number of dealers. We've grown a lot in this past year. We've added around 300 new dealers, and a lot of them in the rent-to-own business, some in the furniture-only business, some in electronics and appliance. Well, we continue to grow, and we're very happy about that.
Well, that's great. Now, you say you're continuing to grow, then the economy, today's economy is affecting you then not poorly then?
Our dealers are doing better than the economy. We're gaining share in the appliance electronics end of the business. We're also gaining share in the rent-to-own business. Our rent-to-own dealers are actually faring better than the typical dealer in America because rent-to-own flourishes when times get a little tough, as we all know. So we're really amazed that rent-to-own continues to open stores. A lot of our dealers are buying additional stores in the market, opening new stores at a time when they can get real estate relatively cheap compared to 3 or 4 years ago.
So on that note, what do you see for the next couple of years?
I think the rent-to-own industry is going to continue to flourish. It's going to be at least probably 24 months before the housing turns around and that we can get more and more people back to work. The worse the unemployment, it seems like, the better the rent-to-own business. And I think a lot of people can't qualify for what they used to be able to qualify for a MasterCard, Visa card, or even a store credit card. So rent-to-own is an option for them, and more of our consumers today are going the rent-to-own route, whether it be weekly or monthly, as a lot of our dealers are doing today.
Okay, then on that note, what do you see the rent-to-own division, Rent Direct, doing the next 5 years?
You know, I think it's going to continue to outpace the rent-to-own industry. We're a large segment of it today. We have over 300 individual dealers, multi-store operations, as I said. We're approaching 4,000. Mm-hmm. And I believe that we'll continue to attract the better rent-to-own company that wants to grow its business. We have a lot of tools to help dealers grow today, whether they're traditional retailers or rent-to-own. We have a state-of-the-art training facility in Atlanta, online training for all your salespeople, up-to-date product knowledge, and we have stable of products. You look at our products here today, we cover the gamut in products from the major appliance, major electronics, and we have 7,500 furniture suppliers with the Serta, the Sealy's, the Simmons, all the bedding companies in America. So you don't really need to go anywhere else. This is a 180,000 square foot of floor space. We got over 900 individual dealers, 2,000 people on the floor. And one vendor told me a while ago, said, I don't have enough salespeople to handle the crowd. Why didn't you let us know this many people were coming? Well, quite honestly, every 6 months we have a show. And if we had more dealers, you should know that we're going to have more people, but maybe we should do a better job communicating to the vendor community that we really need to have more salespeople. But when the vendor community, 165 vendors are bringing almost 1,200 people, you sort of think that's enough. But maybe it isn't enough. But we're taking we're able to have the people come back to the vendors they really want to see. If they get mobbed, we're saying move to another vendor. But what we really like about this show is, sure, we expose ourselves to the top 30 dealers in America, or maybe 50 when it comes to all of the other furniture lines, but there's 100 complementary vendors here today that have a host of services from small appliances to lawn and garden, and a lot of things traditionally that the appliance and rent-to-own dealers don't handle. And I was just talking to one of our rent-to-own chains. They're going to put in small appliances. And Frigidaire got a fabulous array of small appliances here from Electrolux. Whirlpool's got the same thing. So, you know, when you're talking about adding on to your customer base, whether it's a $400 vacuum or a $50 mixer for your wife, what a great thing to add on to your account. And that's the end of the game is have that customer come back as many weeks or months as possible. So we think all this is a great exposure for the rent-to-own.
Well, I went by the Electrolux booth, and I want a mixer now. So they're definitely doing their job. I love that product. Now, you talked about all these vendors. What's the hot new product?
You know, there isn't nothing really hot. If you look at the appliance side, sure, high-efficiency laundry is one of the talks. The 3-door refrigeration, and front-load laundry is still king. And when you get to the electronic side, everybody loves flat screen, and thin is in. So the 3D, the innovation, it's catching on. I think when people are showing their floors, whether it be rent-to-own or retail, they should demonstrate 3D. They should get more and more customers involved because the family really buys the TV. I mean, that when you make a family purchase like that, being able to support the children as well as the dad on football games is fabulous.
Well, great. That sounds great. Now, Robert, is there anything else you want the rent-to-own world to know?
We're open for as many folks that want to entertain the Rent Direct nationwide. Sure, we're the largest segment, but we're growing every day. And we're always open to more potential customers, more members. I don't know why someday we don't get all the rent-to-own to members under the nationwide family, because it'd be simpler for the vendor world and simpler for us. And we have an open invitation to support you in any endeavor. APRO, we back 100%. We help fund the Washington scene, the lobbyists. I mean, we're spending money to make sure the rent-to-own industry continues to thrive, as well as support the local chapters of APRO throughout the country. We think you're doing a great job. Continue the hard work, because we need to make sure that the industry continues to have a place to come together.
Well, the industry thanks you, and this has just been a great show, and we've been honored to be here, and so thank you.
Our pleasure.
For
come
everything.
back. We look forward to seeing you in February.
All
Orlando,
right,
okay?
all right.
Bye-bye.
We're out.